Hello, Assalamualaikum, and a very good day to all of you. My name is Siti Nurashikin, and today I will be presenting my individual assignment for the subject FIN534. Before we start, let me briefly explain the data set used in this analysis. So basically, the data is based on labor force statistics from Malaysia's Department of Statistics, DOSM. This data covers the period from 1982 to 2023, and it includes the following key indicators. As you can see on the screen, the first one is unemployment rate. And then we have labor force totals, number of employed and unemployed persons, labor force participation rate, and employment to population ratio. And for your information, I also calculated the year-on-year change in unemployment rate to better understand how employment conditions evolved over time. This line chart shows the unemployment trend over 4 decades. We observed spikes during the economic downturn in the mid-1980s, the Asian financial crisis in 1997 to 1998, and most notably during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and 2021. Despite these shocks, the rate gradually declines in the 2010s and into the post-pandemic years, indicating resilience in Malaysia's labour market. And now, let's look at the year-on-year changes in the unemployment rate. Large spikes like those in 1986 and 2020 reflect severe economic disruptions, while the negative values in recent years signal recovery periods. This dual line chart compares the employed versus unemployed population. It shows that even during times of high unemployment, Malaysia's overall employment figures continue to grow, largely due to population and labour force expansion. As we can see, in the pivot table, it breaks the data into decades and calculates the average unemployment rate for each. We see that the average was higher in 1980s and 1990s. However, it's gradually declined through the 2000s and 2010s, showing long-term improvement. The data set I used contains yearly unemployment rates for Malaysia sourced from Department of Statistics Malaysia. To build this visual, I used year on the columns shelf and U rate representing the unemployment rate on the rows shelf. The main chart is a line graph which clearly illustrates the year-over-year changes in unemployment. And here is the unemployment trend in Tableau. This interactive format helps illustrate the key points, such as the sharp increase in 2020 due to the pandemic and the recovery afterward. Moving into the Tableau, this dashboard presents a KPI summary capturing the average unemployment rate, the maximum and minimum years, and overall labour market trends. In order to enhance the insight, I created 3 different calculated fields by using maximum rate formula, minimum rate formula, and average rate formula. These values were then plotted as horizontal dashed lines across the chart to give reference points for analysis. From the visual also, you can see that the highest unemployment rate was 7.4% in 1985, marked with a red dashed line. The lowest point was 2.4% in 1994, shown in green. And the average unemployment rate over the entire period is around 3.8%, shown in blue. These markers help us quickly understand economic stress periods and recovery trends over time. For example, you can see a noticeable spike during the early 1980s and again in 2020 to 2021, likely due to COVID-19's economic impact. This visualization confirms what we saw in Excel. 2020 had the largest year of change increase in unemployment, and more recent years show improvement. In conclusion, the visualization helps us quickly identify key turning points in Malaysia's labour market. This approach can guide government and corporate planning, especially in economic recovery scenarios. For future work, I suggest adding demographic breakdowns, youth versus adult unemployment, by comparing state-level rates or overlaying with GDP and inflation trends. Last but not least, thank you so much for watching my Tableau and Excel analysis for FIN534. This dashboard, along with the calculated fields and insights, forms part of my assignment submission. Thank you so much for watching and hope you have a great day ahead. Bye.